Are you okay, cool.
For the race tonight, which is going to be a great 120 lap race. With it's going to be, of course, 3 stages, one at lap 30, then lap 70 and 120. It's myself, Zebby, here. Alongside me, I've got Matt to get us going for tonight's race of 120 laps here at Kansas. How are we looking into it, Matt? Yeah, it really seems to be great as we are now in the qualifying session as drivers again can putting up their laps. As meanwhile, Donald Ray seems to be the quickest of them at this moment in time. He's got one win. His most rival Austin Hunt has got two in a row. It'll be nice to see can Donald come back or Austin Hunt make it 3 in a row tonight.
It'll be interesting to see who does what here tonight at Kansas Motor Speedway. If Austin Hunt, to your point, can make it 3 in a row as we enter closer and closer to that playoff battle, man. That is going to pick up some steam, if you will, going forward, buddy, to how all this works out.
Yeah, it definitely will be with only 2 rounds, this one and the one after this one. And then the chase begins. And of course, the championship race at Homestead, exactly where we had the Xfinity race, championship race as well. So it'll be really amazing. And drivers will be putting their all to be able to, get closer and closer to that top 4 in the playoffs as the playoffs get closer.
Yeah, the playoffs are almost here for the Truck Series here in the BMRL network, of course. But what we got with Xfinity just wrapping up, a huge shout out to those guys. Me and Zab here, we're going to be busy for a few more weeks on Tuesday and Thursdays. What do you think as this season comes to a close? What do you think of what you've seen all year?
It's been amazing. I mean, it's been great. Some races, it's maybe not been the best. Some of them have been great. We've seen throughout the season, be it the Xfinity series. Maybe that wasn't too much of too much of an action, but surely the trucks and the Cup series have been amazing. I mean, honestly, coming into this was my very first time getting introduced to NASCAR, and I have to say that it hasn't disappointed.
So what you're saying is you had fun there, bud.
Absolutely. I mean, great racing all the time. If there are like there are always more than one or two drivers as quick as they are. So matching up the pace and really going side by side action, which we obviously love to see as racing gets going.
Yes, sir. Now you can't lie. There's times you want to murk your producer with a missile because your producer kept messing up stuff. But other than that, it's been great. What do you say we go to the starting grid?
Yep, getting started now as the checkered flag falls for the qualifying session.
Sorry about that.
As we have the
didn't have time to change the logo here, but there you go. It's a grid.
As we get the starting grid ready up with Donald Ray ahead of everyone in that 19 car. Austin Hund, his closest rival, in second place, and Adam Gardner in third, along with Ricky Riley in fourth. Then comes Corey Sibley in fifth place, Stephen Shue in sixth, with Jeff Peppers in seventh, William in eighth, Tyler in ninth, and Dustin completing the top 10. Just behind him, it's going to be Chris Mayo and Jamie Prevost to complete in the top 12.
And I think it's not going to let us see the others for a weird reason. Did they not take a lap time, man? Is that what's going on here?
Maybe, but depending how many drivers are in there at this moment, it's not progressing more than 12. But sure, we are going to just begin. And there we go. And there it does. Just a little delay, but it gets back with Chris Flips in 13th place. Todd Champ in 14th, just rounding off the grid. Sean Cross in 15th, and Tim Darby in 16th place.
Thomas there as well.
And there's more as there is.
Yep, that's Thomas and Morgan. They did not put a lap time in there, Mr. Zabby Dabby, so that would be the problem there. They didn't decide they were going to put in a lap time. I guess they're going to start at the rear, right, and not worry about it?
Yeah, really, maybe they just didn't want to because simply they wanted so maybe just do the progress, just starting from the back of the grid, or just not getting a lap time on board. Really, sometimes drivers just mess a lap and that doesn't work out. So maybe it could be one of those nights, or they just didn't want to put the time and start from the back.
Yes, sir. So, Zabby Dabby, as we get ready for this broadcast tonight, man, what are you drinking? Water? What you got over there?
Yeah, just water.
Well, you see, I wish I could say just water, but, you know, adult beverages helping me out through this one. It's going to be a fun night, trust me. You know. But, hey, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's an absolute show for these guys at the house, man. These guys are going to enjoy some great racing here at Kansas as these trucks are preparing to roll off and rolling now. So what we look at here getting into this race, what do you think? Multi-groove racing most likely?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, side-by-side action, it's going to be a lot with over 18 cars starting tonight. It's going to be great. I mean, a lot of them, not only at the front of the grid, but even at the back of it, I expect it to be really packed up and great racing.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to add this in there for us before we go green. You can see it, Zab, the guys that can't see it there at the house, because our cameras are attached. So we'll give it a minute. Under green we go. Take a look at this already, Zab. Donald Ray on the bottom right now.
Yeah, Donald Ray taken up from the bottom as the pace car comes in, and Austin Hun on the outside of him, but then through goes Chris Mayer. That should be, I believe. He's in there. It shouldn't be Mayer, I believe, but he was at the far of the grid. Maybe he came back from the back, but the livery just being a little similar as the car goes from inside to the outside, just gunning high there, trying to run all of them, run single file now. They were double for a moment. And making it a single file now with Donald Ray still ahead and still leading. Will Carr down low come checking up at him, not so far with Adam Gardner. That is in fact pit number 56, giving him the challenge. Austin Hun just falling back with Adam Gardner picking it up.
Yeah, and that's going to be a thing all night, right? Just trying to roll through as we're still high above them. Take a look behind them. Austin Hun, Ricky there as well. That's the battle for fourth and third. Digging for all they're worth right now, Zab.
Yes, it really is. I mean, just great space on the circuit as well, not too narrow, so great chance for side-by-side action. And all the drivers, for a moment we thought they were running single file, but they are making it. Riley stays ahead, gets ahead of Adam Gardner there. Adam not having good of a, sorry, not Adam Gardner, but Austin Hund, I shall say, in the 15 car as he's about to be overtaken by another car as more cars approach from behind. He seems to be slowing down there.
Yeah, he seems to be here as we're on board with a couple of cars here. But, I mean, this is Kansas. This place really, in my mind, is one of the best racing tracks on the circuit, Zab, for multi-groove racing.
Yes, it looks like to it. I mean, already we're seeing some great action. Meanwhile, Raleigh on the inside goes for it. Will he be making the move? Yes, he will be. But we could see Ray coming back at him in the 19 car. Meanwhile, Adam Gardiner has taken the lead of the race as Austin Hun finds it hard to defend from the cars behind as he still stays. He's kind of falling away from the top 3 drivers as Riley's at it. He's almost going after Adam Gardiner there as well.
Yes, sir. Ricky right there. Donald Ray in the mix. Austin Hun falling back in the 15. He's going to have Corey there in the 999. And for you guys at home, I'm going to slow the ticker down just a scotch for you as you see them side by side right here for position. Dude, we're digging here at Kansas here in the BMRL Truck Series. Man.
Yeah, really, only 6 laps in, and it's already fire, and it's already some great action racing. I think it'll be great. It'll be a challenge for the drivers to keep it clean as well, because it's why when we've seen multiple times, if there are so many cars around, they find one way or another into bumping into each other. So it'll be a challenging night for the drivers as well to not only drive fast, but keep it on the track as well.
Dabby, right now we're working our way through out of turn number 4. These trucks battling back and forth right now, trying to jostle for position. But keep in mind, as they do this, you're burning those good gears right off the rim as they try to work their way off of turn 2, 2x2 with Austin Hun, Steven, Donald Ray, and Chris Mayo right there as well.
We really will be all kind of mind games and thinking going on as well. They, of course, need to save up their tires and fuel as well, as just sometimes we've seen they cook up their tires and really then end up losing out all the positions, as we have some new drivers, the 00 there, gaining up positions as well, just getting up and getting started and getting to the top of the times. We know Donald Ray has fallen a few positions behind as he seems to be losing positions. Meanwhile, the 999 goes through on the 21 there, forward for it, but he still stays side by side, and in fact is now a position down on him, but might get ahead again as he's low and the 21's high, but still side by side. No way for him to get through.
Yep, you saw that. Stream did not, sir. You're fine, but I had to work through right now. Mayo, Donald there as well. Zab's over here wondering where the heck did this producer come from. He came from outer space all of a sudden as we work our way off of turn 2. Daggone 2x2. Donald Ray and Chris right there alongside. They're digging, and I tell you what, as we get later into this race, Zab, I think we're going to have trucks slipping, sliding away here. 3 wide behind them, Zab.
Yeah, we definitely will, as the tires run out of grip, run out of traction as they get progress lap after lap, and almost 3 wide, and indeed there is going to be 3 wide racing going on as the number 6 car is in between those drivers, just staying there. Meanwhile, Jeff Pepperson, that 6-9 car, just getting ahead of Adam Gardiner there. We have to see that some of the drivers at the top who were leading earlier on but losing out back again. That explains that they are trying to manage, they're trying to manage off the tires and really do play the mind games early on in the race. Sure, we are going to have to do, they're going to have to do 120 laps, but the thinking and the mind has to start from the beginning.
Yeah, it does. You have to start pre-planning this a long way ahead of time, because if you do not, sir, it is going to bite you in the keister by the time we get to the end of Kansas here tonight. You got to manage your tires and pit road. It's all good for Riley to get out here and dominate the way he is right now. But if something goes wrong, it goes wrong in a hurry.
Yes, it does. I mean, already many times you've seen the things go wrong in a blink of an eye, and I'm sure the drivers have that thing in their minds to really keep this as smooth as they can, as we see Austin Hun now on the attack to Riley. He thought to go low, but couldn't quite get it enough. He's still far away for an overtake to be made, but he's still going to try and stay there, maybe make the use of some drafting, but the number 999 there just getting ahead of the number 6 car, trying to get ahead of Flips is Corey Sibley there, making the position and getting himself into 9th place, but I think it's he's not able to do that at this moment in time, trying to get into 8th place, but just right behind them is the number 10 of Dustin Bloodworth, I believe, not the number 10, but the position 10, the number 4 car.
So I tell you what, right now, as we dig 13 on the board, Zab, this is some great racing here at Kansas Motor Speedway tonight. And again, who is your pick as this race wears on, Zab? Who can manage everything the best, you think?
I think there are multiple drivers. We've seen Austin Hund win in the last two ones. There has been Adam Gardner along with Donald Ray as well. But it'll be interesting. I mean, only we can talk about this when we are into the later parts and the stages of this race. It'll be hard to pick right now because everybody is going to try and do their best. Maybe some switches in the lead as well, a lot of them, but only for lap 14. So maybe when we are past that lap 70, the second stage, and moving into the third one, only then could well be the right time to say, because some of the drivers may be showing some speed, but a lot of the times we've seen they find each other or just make a contact and really get out of the race as well. So not quite easy to pick anyone at this moment in time.
There we go, man. Well, right now, the action hot and heavy 2x2. That's Dustin and Corey. And Zab, you might not know this, but do you know where I could find the schedule in the Discord by chance?
Yes, you can, in fact. Let me check, actually.
2x2 on track.
Yes, you can. Pre-race, in the racing pre-race and schedule links are there.
All right. Thank you, sir. I'll let you take the call while doing a little investigating as they work their way through. But, I mean, you take a look at these drivers. As this season progressed, I feel like, Zab, the racing's gotten better and better and better and better and better.
Yes, it really has. I mean, looking back at Atlanta Motor Speedway or back in Las Vegas, there were many wrecks and contacts between drivers and really struggling to keep it hard, keeping out on the circuit. They really have been doing a great job keeping it on the track. Meanwhile, we see a lot of the drivers away from one another, but we see, as we're going to see, Jeff Peppers making the position just ahead of that number 7 car as he's going to go down low. They almost went 3 wide, but Jeff Peppers not going to find it easy as he's going to be on the attack from the number 7 car as he's going to be through now. The side-by-side action continues on.
Side by side, digging for all it's worth right now. Still trying to hang on here in Kansas, my man.
Yeah, really, drivers, I mean, so far they've done a fantastic job to be keeping it away, not only to be racing again, the side-by-side action, keeping it on the track. Meanwhile, Jeff Peppers and the number 7 car really heating up the action, and the fight really is starting between the two as Peppers gets ahead and finds himself a few car lengths ahead now, and probably in a comfortable position to be defending that position from Adam Gardner's 56, and there's another car behind us for those guys as well. But it'll still be interesting to see with Chris Mayo in that 7 car now trying to do his best to attack, but Peppers just finds himself ahead and in 4th place.
Well, what do you think about next week? These guys got a lot on their mind here tonight as they battle, because we go to the high banks of Talladega 1 week tonight. I think here at Kansas, I think you set yourself up well and in good shape for Talladega if you can get a good finish, bud.
Yeah, you definitely can. I mean, the confidence matters, and then obviously, considering both tracks are similar in distance as well, the races we're talking about, both 180 miles, so they're just getting, I'm sure they raced along a lot of the times they're used to racing many laps, but really this is going to be exact same miles, so they could get into the momentum of the next race as well. Sure, maybe if they did well around here, and if the result sometimes doesn't come your way, next week is there, and I think the fight for the playoffs is really already started, and really that beginning to form up in terms of racing we're seeing, and great racing. I mean, they are all getting it through. We're already over 20 laps now, just a few laps before the stage ends.
Yes, sir. And again, I tell you what, this is going to be an intense battle all the way to the stage. But right now, Ricky Riley has opened that gap up, Sam, and maintain the gap right now. What do you say we take a look at that battle for first if we can, and how everything is working together? Take a look at the sector times here between what will be Ricky Riley and P2 of Hunt. Take a look there, Sam. He's slowly closing in sector by sector.
It really is. I mean, Sector 1 and Sector 2, a few thousand of a second quicker is a hunt from Riley. But then look at that as he's a little slowed down once again. That changes, you know, sure, one lap he got a bit quicker than him, but it really changes lap after lap. So the gap keeps him on there, but not many laps for him. I mean, if he's even keeping that pace, he could well be keeping Hun behind and just defend at least till the end of the stage with now just 7 laps to the end.
Yes, sir. You saw right there that sector went back the other way, right? It went back just a little bit. But again, he's going to have to step it up here with 7 laps in this stage to go. And how does he handle that if he wants to go get Ricky Riley out of this stage win here tonight at Kansas? His first stage has been green all the way through. It has not slowed down a bit, Sam, and I don't think it will to the end.
Yes, it really will not, and I think the drivers have to say kudos to the drivers. They've done a really fantastic job, all keeping him on track at this moment in time so far in this stage 1, and got about 6 laps to the end. Riley seems to be comfortable. I mean, sure, we can say that Hun's going to get closer to him before the end of the stage, but then getting close is one thing, but overtaking is another. So overtaking won't be too easy as well. I'm sure Ricky Riley is going to do everything to get the stage win to himself tonight.
Well, if you look at that battle for first box, if you take a look above it, Cross and Todd, they're on the verge of going a lap down, but 9 seconds, I don't think Riley's going to catch them before the end of the stage, so I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, traffic will really not be, and as if we say, the double zero of Shu is catching up to Austin Hund as well. Sure, he's 2 tenths behind, but look at the gap between Riley and Hund. Again, the gap now getting over 5 tenths and over 8 tenths now, so almost getting over a second. Still far away from being over second, but look at that. Now the Shu is gaining up on Hund as well. He's got to be in pressure to not only gain on Riley, but then try and keep the double zero of Shu behind as well. Shu goes quite wide as he's staying high. Lap 26 now getting closer and closer to the end as we see the Stephen Shu gaining up on Austin Hund. Austin stays low on the inside line, still staying there. We're going to try and not give up much time on Shu, but he's getting closer lap after lap. Even if he's going to stay away right now in that second stage, Stephen Shu could well be showing his pace and speed as it stands. He's currently in the top 3 and could well we see a brand new winner in this series tonight here in the trucks. We've seen Austin Hund win before. I don't think we've seen Riley win before, so it's a good opportunity for Ricky Riley and Stephen Shaw as well.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity, man, and how does it work out? Adam Gardner back there battling for 6th as well. It's not just the top 2 going at it. Look right here around this stage point, man. 10th and 11th, that's Chris Phillips alongside Morgan there, 2 by 2. Battling it out, trying to get this final stage point.
Yeah, they really want it. I mean, everybody wants a position ahead with obviously not many laps now remaining, only 2, and 2 after this one. So it'll be interesting to get it going to see who gets the position ahead and one another. And look at that, Donald Ray, I believe, in 9th place at this moment in time. He's went quite a few positions into the back of the grid.
Yeah, he has gained some spots, my man, working his way forward.
Getting it there as we see Donald Ray currently running in 10th place, I believe, as we are seeing some other drivers out on the track as well, as Jeff Pepper's in that 6'9" Dr. Pepper livery, as we see him get through in that 69, number 6'9", as we get the battle right behind some of the drivers. Right behind that must be Chris Mayo and some other car fighting each other off, as there's side-by-side action at the back out there, and all grid, let it be the top drivers, but the rest of the grid fighting each other, as well as Dustin Bloodworth and Chris Mayo fighting each other off. A P7, Mayo in that number 7 car, and Bloodworth in that number 4. They're still side by side. Chris stays high, and it's going to be Bloodworth on low. They almost make contact there, go very close to each other, but still staying clean and just not touching at all.
Able to run close, but no contact. We got to be getting close to the end of the stage. There it is. And it'll be Riley with stage 1 tonight. Austin Hund second in the stage. Steven, Jeff Pepper, Adam, Gardner, and Corey, your top 6. Mayo comes home 7th. Nope, it's going to score Dustin ahead of him. So Mayo 8th, Donald Ray 9th, Morgan in 10th. That's your top 10 man, and that will be the end of Stage Points giveaway. And what do you say we do a quick commercial break while we're in this stage caution, buddy?
Yeah, definitely. So getting this stage caution, get a bit of a break, and get back up for the green flags.
There we go, guys. We'll be right back.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on. Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it. They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
And let's go. We are back to go racing here at Kansas once again as we got the first stage wrapped up. And this one's going to go green till lap 70, unless and until there is some unwanted things happening on the track. If it stays clean and everything all good between the drivers, it is going to be lap 70, the time, which is going to get us to yellows once again. But we are just very excited to go back racing again. It was some great actions in stage 1.
Yeah, it was. It was some great racing. Stage number 1 here tonight. The 15, the 17 going to start on the front row to start digging here in the BMRL network and the BMRL Truck Series. We're ready to go, Zab. It's been a fantastic evening already. That pace car, we get ready to take that hard left-hand turn down the pit road here in Kansas, and we will turn them back in the hands of Austin Hund.
It really will as we get the pace truck get back into the pits and go green for racing as Austin Hund leads it ahead of Ricky Riley, ahead of Shu, ahead of just Jeff Peppers and Corey Sibley as we're going to get going racing as Austin Hund's already ahead of those two. And meanwhile, the 00 of Shu and Ricky Riley fight each other off, and we see Jeff Peppers getting in between there as well as the 00 gets through in ahead of the 17, but they're still going to be side by side as Sibley's Ricky Riley's going to come back at him. Meanwhile, there's going to be some actions at the back of the grid as well as Riley and Shu now fight each other off, and Austin Hund pulls away from the rest of them.
Austin Hund, boot scooting and boogieing in Kansas, trying to open up the gap. Jeff Peppers right there putting the pressure on both Steven and Ricky. These trucks under the proverbial blanket, maybe under the teepee at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Really, Austin Hunt pulling away and getting that momentum. Maybe remember that he needs to win. I mean, obviously, he was fighting for that stage win earlier on, but couldn't quite get it. But it's his time now. In the second stage, he's going to pick up the pace. Meanwhile, we see Jeff Peppers losing out some positions, staying high there. Didn't fancy defending one from one of the drivers there. But as we see, Mayo in the pits.
Disaster for Chris Mayo. Something went wrong. We're not exactly sure. He jumped the pit road. I'm going to play it here and see if we pick up anything. But so far, Zab, nothing is showing. He just shows up on pit road. I wonder if he had some sort of connection problem. We'll try to go back further and see if maybe we can get something. I'm not seeing anything.
Maybe. I mean, apart from hitting the wall on his own on the outside, there hasn't been much that we have been alerted by. So that could be the case. As you said, it could be connection as well.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not completely sure of that. I'm working on right now getting this another camera angle as the field is back to green here. But I'm not totally sure to what exactly happened to bring Mayo to victory lane. We got to get back to live here. Our live button has decided not to bring us live. But take a look at these guys. They were still side by side while all that was going on with Mayo. They continued to roll 2 by 2. We'll get caught back up to live here. But you'd see those top 4 continuing to work right now, Zab. And I think with what I'm seeing here, I think this racing is just going to get better and better, man. I'm trying to get it.
Yes, it definitely will. I mean, getting the action.
But apparently I'm going to have to do it the old school way, so bear with me. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes SDK doesn't want to do what we need SDK to do, even though we pay for it. Don't know why. There we go.
Really and there we go. We are back to live action as we have Phillips ahead of Jeff Peppers there, right ahead of that number 18 car as well. All the drivers now fighting each other and really getting the position as Jeff Peppers now goes down low and to get up the position on Phillips in that 6th car. He might try and get up on the attack on the car ahead as well as they all go at it to be fighting and doing positions changing with everyone now on their way. The second stage really giving us even more action.
Sorry about that. We got yellow on the racetrack, buddy. Here's Tim Darby having a problem. Let's see what we got here. Does Tim make a boo-boo? Let's see. Oh, that's bad.
Ooh, that is now Imos just staying there and Tim getting up to the wall on the inside, making contact with Donald Ray. As much as we were talking about clean racing, it really doesn't go good for Tim Darby.
Yep, and it's going to do the thing again, isn't it? Because of the replay. Yep, it's going to do the thing, so... Doop. And while we are under yellow, Zab, what do you say while we talk about this, I reload all this, where maybe this doesn't happen? That would be nice.
Yeah, definitely. And I think just getting up a yellow, as we were saying, that as long as I said earlier on to the restart, as long as there is no there is no wrecks going on, there won't be any yellow. But I was quite wrong as the driver.
There we go. Should be back now. Can you hear me, just?
All right, Zap, sorry about that. Everything should be reloaded now, and we should be golden. Hopefully.
Yeah, we should be going. I lost my connection as well, I believe, but back again with it, and ready to go now.
Yes, sir. I think we both lost connection there.
Yep.
Oh, you know, that's what happens when everybody in the country is getting pounded with winter storms and 10-degree weather.
Yeah.
Nonsense. All right, Zabby Dabby. Well, we're about to go back to green here in the BMRL network and the BMRL Truck Series. Again, as Zab alluded to here in Kansas, getting down to the end of the playoff battle, man.
Yeah, really getting closer to it and just get started with everything, as we say. And we're just excited to go green now and watch out racing. The drivers now really racing their times and dreams to get to closer to the top 4 and get going for the championship.
What do? Is you get ready to go here. We're underway here in the beautiful state of Kansas here tonight. Steve out front. It's Steve, not Wilkos. But Mr. Steve leading the way. Chris Phillips, Jeff Peppers, Austin Hunn right there in line as well. They'll dig down the back straightaway here, right by the American Ethanol green wall there that you go by. Unique to Kansas having that green wall.
Yeah, really, Kansas. I mean, a lot of space for the drivers to go not only 2 but 3 wide most of the time, and no wreck. In fact, funny how we've seen a wreck drivers going 2 wide, but both of them just closer to that wall. So everybody, I mean, you want to be, where do you want to be, Matt? Driving, going up, especially on the bankings, you want to be the one on low or high, because being high, there's a risk of getting up to the wall, and especially getting pushed up by the driver down low.
Yeah, that's my concern. I would rather be on the bottom, right? To your point, Zab. To your exact point. You get pushed up.
Yeah, really. I mean, that was again in the case of Tim Darby and Donald Ray. We saw really both of them getting up into the wall, and I believe both of them are back on the track, but still, sometimes you get the damage, and it's really not quite exactly the same as it was before. The car just, all the damage is obviously not, if that's not repairable, you can get back out of the track, but sometimes if a drive shaft is damaged, and the suspension is damaged, as they could well be damaged for one or all the other drivers, as we see the 999 and Adam Gardner make contact there.
Ooh, that was so close to being big donut troubles. They held on to it, Zab, so that's a positive, but that could have been bad.
Yes, it really could have been. I mean, really a fantastic job done there by both the drivers with a huge snap of contact, and really the car would have been going everywhere to try and control it back and keep it on the circuit. As has to be said, that a hell of a job done. Otherwise, it could have been very big disasters for both of the drivers.
Yeah, that could have been huge here in Kansas, but again, both of them did a well of a job getting it gathered up, not letting it get out of hand, and keeping it green here tonight.
Yeah, really. I mean, not only for those 2 drivers, but everyone racing behind those 2 would have to do would have had to take action as well, as they would want to not be involved, because sometimes that happens and it goes against you. Meanwhile, they're going to have Donald Ray go down low, but the number 18 gets at both of those drivers. They're going to be 3 wide, as Donald's going to be down low, and it's going to be Gardner in between, and they almost make contact, but still far, far away.
Oh, one in the wall. That is Thomas in the outside wall for a minute.
Yeah, really, they were going 3 wide, and really one of them, one or the other, had to be very careful, but really in the end, he tried everything, but still just a little touch to the wall, and that doesn't always go too good for you.
No, it doesn't. That could have been huge, but luckily, we're still rolling yet again. That's two.
Yeah, we are, drivers.
That's what, 2 times in 6 laps that we've got people getting lucky?
Yep, really, exactly. I mean, the drivers really making contact to the wall with each other, but just still the luck follows on as Bloodworth follows it on by a position gain on Adam Gardiner, but he's going to try and come back at him, not going to leave him alone as Gardiner down high is going to be fighting it up. Got closer to the wall, did Gardiner there, but again, just inches away from the wall.
Inches away from chaos and insanity, but they will keep it green as we work lap 52 here, Zab.
Yeah, lap 52, and what it's going to be lap 70 to stage 2. This one will end. So many laps we've got. 18 laps to the end then of this stage, and so far, still, I would say they're quite calm. Like maybe they are sure of racing, they're sure switching up positions, but not many of them. Or I shall say that not everyone's going for it like it's the end of the world. And I'm sure we are going to see that towards the end, and especially the last 20 laps from 100 to 120.
Yeah, man, that's going to be the hard part. And I tell you what, 54 on the board. Nice work. And I'll tell you, as you work these trucks around the top, it is so easy to get in trouble up there.
Yeah, I mean, it generally is. If you're staying high, really close at high speeds, to not only you have to navigate through and fight against the driver, but then stay away from the outside wall, which comes at you with the speed of light if you're really going fast, and only have a few milliseconds to really take action to not touch them. So it really must be very, very tough for the drivers.
Yeah, and you're making all these decisions right at 160, 170 mile an hour. If you make the wrong call, car in the outside wall would be the thing, right? You make the wrong decision, you're just going to slip up a little bit higher, get in that fence, and once you're in it, you're pretty well stuck there.
Yeah, really then. I mean, it comes at you, and then there couldn't be much that will be done, and especially when we saw in the case of Darby and Donald Ray with a car on the outside, really couldn't do much, just getting pushed up against the wall, but again there, meanwhile, Steven and that 00 car staying ahead of Hund and Phillips.
Yes, sir, and they are digging here tonight. Everybody doing what they need to do. I am so impressed with what we're seeing here tonight.
Yes, we really are, with Phillips now on the outside of Hund. They're just trying to get up the position on down low. He's going to try and get ahead of him. He almost does get ahead of him, but Phillips going to come back at him as well. Meanwhile, the Ricky Riley's right behind these two, but they are still going to be going side by side. They get very closer to each other, but just enough space between the two drivers to not touch each other.
Yeah, they gave just enough, and I mean, they couldn't have gave any more, Zab. It was so close to being contact and trouble.
Yeah, really, really tight up there, but still just making a way and finding some space to get through without making contact, as Hun now loses a position as Phillips is up and getting in the position and got position to himself up there. And definitely nice to see some drivers at the top, the likes of Steven, Phillips, and some others as well. So it's nice to get all these drivers mixed up in the second stage. So the final and third stage will really be the one to watch out for, and I think it'll be interesting to see how much of a possibility there is we see a brand new winner in the season so far.
It's a big possibility, Zab, as the field works its way down through turn number, what's this? Turn 2. Yeah, I got dizzy for a minute. You see William there trying to make a move there in the 75. He's right up to the rear tailgate of another truck. William doing a great job hanging on. Great work. Nice job. 59 on the board this time by Zab. We're getting it done here this evening.
Yeah, we really are now. Only 10 laps to the end of this stage, and the fight and the pressure really gets on to the drivers to defend their positions and the ones behind.
Oh, We lost Zab there for a moment, but again, to Zab.
I'm hanging out up there.
Yes, sir. We lost you there for a minute, Zab, but to your point.
There we go. There should be back. And just getting going. As I was saying, the drivers now really getting up the pressure, really starting to get going to be up there before the end of this stage. Now, not many laps remaining, so the fight really for the positions keep getting on and even gets better with the 75 now finding it out to defend.
Yes, sir. The 75 and more trucks behind them, just booting, scooting, the buggying around here, taking a look, dusting up high. He's like, knock, knock, I'm trying to come to you. Not enough right now. Steven trying to get away, but he's got company at the back door in Chris Billings.
Yeah, they really have at the top. Steven leads up, almost on his way to be getting the stage win. It could well be him or it could be Phillips out there, which we'll see who it actually is. Time will tell, though. We'll see who we are going to be seeing. Are we going to see a new stage winner in stage 2?
We might just see a new stage winner. What the hell is a wimmer? And we might just see a new stage winner in stage 2. Wimmer. What the hell was I going for there, Zab? I don't know.
Yeah, just a little slip of tongue. I mean, if not winner, we can at least get a wimmer. But let's get going. I mean, only just 7 laps now to the end, but still quite unsure. Steven staying up there. Meanwhile, Donald there goes low, and he's going to be gaining not one, but might try and get up. Austin Huhn there as well, but he's at least going to get ahead of Ricky Riley and gain that position.
Man, he is going to draw even. He's going to have to drive that truck in deep into one, send it in there, send it all the way to the grocery store as he tries to go high here. Not enough room. He couldn't get it down in there deep enough, Zab.
He's trying to get there. He's trying to get ahead of Ricky and just get himself in between the two drivers of Huhn and Ricky Riley, but just not enough for him. He went low, thought that he was almost going to gain a few positions, but it wasn't enough, and he still fell short.
Oh my gosh, they are going at it so hard here in Kansas. They have not slowed down one iota all race long, Zab.
Not at all, not at all. They're really not slowing down. Everybody wants for them, and especially nice to see some of the drivers who are usually racing in the back of the field really stepping up and getting to the top. And let's just say that Donald finds it hard tonight. He's won the last 2 races, but hasn't quite find it quite good tonight. Not the 2 races, sorry. He has won the races, but the last 2 were won by Austin Huhn, correction there. But sure, Donald has been there, at least in the top 2-3 drivers.
Yes, sir. Man, they are still getting at it, still going to all they can do and just digging. Oh.
Yeah, just now with only 4 laps. I mean, all of them. Donald still trying. I mean, he's giving it everything, but just not enough for him to be getting ahead.
Yes, sir, as they are still trying. He is trying to do all he can do.
Yes, he can still keep trying it, really trying his 100% best. And again, he goes low, down low, and he might try and get ahead. As Steven slows down, something has happened there.
They were trying to get to pit road, I think. It didn't work.
They were trying to.
They had to be going to pit road, right?
Yes, they were probably heading up to pit road, but only 2 laps to go to the end of the stage. There might have been something wrong with those 2.
But did they cut it that close on fuel?
Maybe just running out of fuel after pushing too much. These are the 2 drivers that we don't usually see inside that top 3, so maybe they just went a little too hard and ran out of fuel.
Just a little bit too hard, and right now we're coming to the end of the stage here in a lap or 2. It'll be about 50 to go, but right now Austin Huhn trying to hold Ricky off. Ricky wanting to break out the broom and sweep stage 1 and 2. Austin Huhn says, not so fast, good sir. You can stay right back there for all I care.
Yeah, really there, and I mean Austin's got his position, a race leading positions, his position to himself, and Ricky Riley is in there, and I mean he could well be up there for that stage 3 and the race victory out there. Meanwhile, Austin now is seen linked to lap 70, and lap 70 should be seeing the caution anytime soon, but it's very close. I mean Austin will be having his say in case Ricky Riley finds his way through, that it is lap 70, but I think Austin's going to be fine and getting that stage 2 win.
I think he's going to be, but turn nose to tail. Here we go. Out through the 12. Well, Ricky going to do something desperate, not enough. Or Austin should be stage 2. Looking here at 10th. Jeff Peppers there. Rolling slow. Jeff out of fuel. He'll give up 10th to come to pit road. That'll move Todd to P10 as the yellow comes out.
Yeah, many drivers not finding it easy at all on the fuel, really just a little bit of mismanagement, and they have to pit a few laps earlier on, or only a lap or two going, even on the lap in the case of Jeff Peppers, to head into the pits and get some fuel.
Yes, sir. With that being said, we're going to step away for commercial identification. When we come back, we'll have more here at Kansas. Clear.
And it's time.
Go for it.
And it's time. Yeah.
All right.
And it's time.
Me and Zach have production issues, but it's time for the third time to go back to green. Oh,
yeah,
God.
there you go. for third time. It's time to go green for the third time. I'm saying this, and for the third time in this race, as we get the stage 3 and the final stage of the race to get going, as we will have the restart on lap 75, and Austin Hund leads it up from Ricky Riley, just ahead, ahead of Ricky Riley and ahead of Bloodworth, and there comes the 75 of William. I believe that should be on the outside. Then it is the 19 of Donald Ray, now getting back to the top. He struggled for the most part of the race, but when it matters in the third and the final stage, he really seems to be getting back to the top 3 drivers now.
Yeah, he does. He really seems to be going hamster time out front. Austin Hund always seems to come arrive, but Ricky's like, no, sir, I would take that spot back. He goes to the top, not enough. Austin Hund now up high, Ricky on the bottom. 2 by 2 like dominoes right now. We're digging here tonight, man.
Yeah, really. Now, I mean, getting to the final third and final stage as Ricky Riley's through on Austin Hund there on the inside, as he's going to get himself into the lead of the race once again. He led in that first stage, and he's now on his way to do it in the third one. I think it's going to be a really good fight between Ricky Riley, Austin, maybe the 75 car there as well, along with Donald Reyes. He's going to go down low, and he's got in ahead of Austin Hund. Might get out of Ricky Riley, but not going to be enough, as Austin's now going to be staying high and not let Donald through, but Donald's not going to give up at all. He's going to go for him, and if he's able to just get through there, he will indeed be getting the race lead. They almost made contact at the top 2.
Man, so much contact right now. These guys all over one another. Man, this is absolutely a complete barn burner out front, buddy. You can't ask for more. Donald Ray, look at Ray trying to get away. Ricky, Austin, Donald able to sneak up there and get it done, buddy. Man, 78 on the board, 79 this time by Donald Ray, continuing to lead out front in Kansas. Ray out front dominating right now. Man,
yeah, really doing it, as we had him not really get up to the top 5 or even top 3 drivers for the most part of the race, and he's really at it and into the lead when it matters the most, and it's time to go to the end of the race, as after this one it's going to be 40 laps to the end, and he's going to really get it all.
40 more trips around here, man. These guys have been at it for almost an hour and a half. Now you're down to the final 40, bud. It's still impressive.
Yeah, just almost like to do the yeah, it really is. I mean, just got to do for them to do the they've done for 80 now, so they've done 40 earlier on, 40 now, and just 40 more. They've done twice. Just time for them to do it one more time.
Yes, sir. They just got to complete go for it, right? You just got to keep rolling if you're out front. You've had a good run so far. We'll see how this race pans out later on tonight. But right now, with it 81 laps in, these guys have absolutely nailed, in my opinion, what we expected to see. Man, I am so impressed with what we've seen here tonight, buddy. It has been an absolute wonderful go of it. Xbox, we don't care.
Yeah, we definitely have seen great. I see the as we see the screen shaking up a little. Maybe I am having shoes, but at least we're good for now, and seeing it smooth running as we are on lap 82 now, just rapidly getting closer to the end as Gardner fights one of the drivers there, as we've seen Donald now take the lead, and some of the drivers behind really falling back. He's gaining and almost keeping a gap up, but let's see, Riley's still behind, but just not close enough to attack.
Yeah, did you have that on your bingo card, sir? Did you have Donald Ray getting the lead? Oh, Ricky up high, but did you have Donald Ray pulling away?
Yeah, I mean he really is. But looking at how he had started this race, it really wasn't to be on really anything that we would have said that he's going to be taking the lead. Sure, he was running at the back of the grid, maybe trying to recover back from the back to the front, but he was running at the back for most part of it. But really, in that third one, he's really backed up and picked up the speed that he had to. So really, getting him getting into the lead, it's quite impressive, really.
Quite impressive what he's been able to do. Corey right there, as well as Todd Morgan and Donald Ray, continuing to lead the charge right now.
Yeah, it really will be, and I think it'll be interesting to get this going as the back of the field drivers giving some good speed fit performance as well. We only have Tom out of this race, actually, as it says he hit the wall on the outside, as much as I remember. That was the only incident that he had, but not sure if that gave him too much damage or something went out wrong for him. But other than that, it's been very impressive racing from all the other drivers.
Been very impressive as Donald Ray scoots away. Corey back here with Morgan behind him, and of course the lap truck right there in between them. But everybody is minding their P's.
Yeah, really keeping it up there. I mean, doing the best they can, and everybody's just giving it everything, to be keeping up position. Let it be the fight for the P9, P10, or even P8 positions. It doesn't matter if it's not for the top 5 positions. Any positions they're going to gain and get a chance of themselves just finishing up ahead of one another. It's going to be their chance. But look at Stephen and Phillips, the drivers that were in the lead for most part of that second stage and ran out of fuel at the end, are currently finding themselves in 13th and 14th place.
13th and 14th place right now. Man, that fuel issue kind of hindered them just a little bit, bud.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, I remember a few weeks prior in that Cup Series, for Andrew Bruce, a similar issue turned out. He was running away from all the rest of the field, picked up a gap of many seconds from the rest of them, and in the end just ran out of fuel on the final lap of the stage end. So you really have to do the management, and I think when you really mismanage, things like these are quite common to happen.
I would agree with that statement, sir. It's just a little bit of mismanagement going to reach up there and smack you, as it has tonight. 88 on the board this time by, and it doesn't take much mismanagement to get you.
Yeah, it really is. Since we've got the restart done, we're already on lap 88, that turns 89 now, as Donald Ray still staying away from all the other drivers. Meanwhile, the 75 had got through on Ricky Riley, but still not close enough to attack Donald, and he seems to be clear and under not any pressure at all.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, right?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's really doing a very good job with William now trying, but he's almost about to get overtaken by Ricky Riley, as O'Reilly's, I believe, if I'm not wrong, he's going to be on his way to have the best finish of the season if he finishes anywhere inside that top 3.
Yeah. 91 on the board this time by, as they work their way through.
There will be edits. It's now only 30 laps to the end, as the 17 car now getting ahead of Williams 75, and now he could well be on his way to try and attack Donald there, but only if he's going to be able to keep William behind, because William's not going to leave him behind at all. He's going to try and do everything. He's going to try and keep the attack, but look at that. Ricky's now gained up on Donald and really getting closer, and if he's able to do that, we could well be seeing a battle for the lead very, very soon.
Yes, sir. That's going to be a very, very, very interesting battle here as we come down right to it here tonight. And again, they are all over one another here tonight and battling hard. 93 on the board.
It gets us from 92 to 93 and really get it going with between these two having the battle, and it's getting closer between these two as Riley is going to try and get closer to Donald and give us a fight for that lead, which could well be going up to the end of this race, and not many laps to the end now, still quite a few, but still in that third and final one, so just getting towards the end of this and giving us a fight, as now it was very close, and this is going to be now super close between the two. It's still, as again, Riley just not enough for him to get ahead of Donald there.
Just not enough for him to get ahead of Donald Ray. Ricky Riley, William Gay there, Adam, Dustin, Corey, Pepper's falling back, Austin Hunt in the clutches of a couple more.
Yeah, really, as we have Todd in the pits at this moment in time, running P12, but maybe he's getting something, or some repair, or some fuel that he would have needed, or otherwise he's maybe went into the pits to retire or something, which we haven't seen on the board, but there are many drivers laps down as well.
Yes, sir, 95 on the board this time by. Take a look at the battle heating back up here. That's Austin Hunt and Corey. Meanwhile, Ray out front of Ricky. Then you're going to have William there as well as Adam Gardner.
Yeah, really. I mean, Adam ahead in that fourth place, just ahead of Bloodworth, ahead of Sibley. Hunt dragging it down into seventh place. He's fallen back now. And one moment he was fighting for that race lead, but he's quite fallen back and outside the top five now.
Yeah, it's so hard to justify and judge what you need to do here as we continue to get down to 25 to go. Really, really hard to figure it all out.
Yeah, really. I mean, we're just 26 to go now after this one, and it'll be interesting. 25 to go, and really will be hard, and he's not going to leave him at all, as now Ricky Riley's going closer and very closer. He's trying to stay high. That was quite close to that wall on the outside. It could have been going wrong for Ricky Riley, but still stays there, and just doing fine enough to not really lose out any time to race so far.
To go here tonight, boys and girls. It's a party in Kansas here tonight.
Yes, it really has been a party. I mean, they've raced so much, very much better that we've seen this all season long. I have to say, there has been good races throughout the season, but this one has to be very, very good in terms of some great side-by-side battles and really clean race as well. We've had a few moments, but still not causing cautions. Only one of them did cause a caution, but other than that, it has been a great one.
Other than that, it's been a really, 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 really good race here tonight. I'm so impressed.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, great racing by all of them, even drivers, some of them lapped down on the leaders, but still getting some great racing and just side-by-side action. Meanwhile, Gardner and Bloodworth quite closer to each other, but Bloodworth really not trying much on Austin, not Austin, but Adam Gardner so far.
Yes, sir, and that is what we're seeing. Everybody dig, 21 to go. Dig their way through, trying to hang on, 21 laps to go. This time by here in Kansas, and the countdown has begun to the end of this race with Donald Ray out front, Ricky there as well. Austin Hunt down for a pit stop here. He'll take 4 tires and fuel.
Yeah, getting tires and fuel to himself. And definitely not forget the green flag pit stop that we usually see in that third and final stage. So that could well be the time for everyone to begin and get started for the pit stops.
Yes, sir, but it's Donald Ray out front right now with the 17 of Ricky Riley right there as well. Those two.
Yeah, really, again.
Go ahead.
Yeah, really getting the two really fighting off. Again, Ricky Riley trying everything, but just not enough. And I mean, Donald Ray, so many times you've seen that the cars get closer to him, but he just doesn't let those pass. As now, but the two of them now get to hit pit road and get themselves ready up for fuel and tires.
Yes, sir. They're gonna hit pit road, 4 tires and fuel. We know what's going on here, right? Fuel and tires. That's what you want to do at this portion of the race. Man, it is so good to watch fuel, tires get on and off the road and get it done in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely. And who's going to be getting out ahead between the two? It'll be a fight and the race in pit road. That many times we see the a race could well be won or lost in the pits, and it'll be interesting. Will it be Ricky Riley? And it will be Ricky Riley, but they both almost get out on that exact same time. But definitely, almost Ricky Riley got through on him, but both of them now join up back on the track straight away, as they could well be now getting started for a fight against each other. And now both of them with brand new tires and fuel that they don't need to worry about management. It'll be all great to go racing.
Yeah, it will be all great to go here as we come down to 18 to go. Adam out front. Now remember, Adam still needs to take fuel here. And when Adam does that, that'll hand the lead back over. This will get very interesting as this goes, right? Because Adam has to take that fuel here at some point.
Yes, he has to. I mean, he's going to lead for now, along with him, Sterling, and some behind as well. They could well be leading, but obviously, especially in the case of Adam, he's leading at this point, but I don't think he's going to be going too long, because definitely you will need the fuel, the tires as well, unless he's got carried on extra, but I don't think you could carry as much as that's going to get you to the end of the race from stage 2 to 3. So it'll really be some management done by Adam. Even if he's staying out on track, you try and manage them fuel, he's not going to be too fast enough, so he's going to get overtaken by others. So the best option for him will be to pit up and get everything brand new.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's how do you handle this as you move forward. He will take fuel. That will hand the lead back over to these other guys. Him and Morgan both need to get fuel. So both those guys are giving up. But right now, the guy that would assume the lead right now is Taylor Jenkins. When they pit, he got out in front of Donald Way and William.
Yes, it will be, and still again now we've seen William, and then he's through. We've seen Ricky Riley losing out position on William there. He's going to try and attack him, but he's lost out on him.
Yeah, he has. He's got Adam in trouble coming to pit road, got out of shape. I think he tried to carry too much speed.
Yeah, he tried to slow down, but just not slowing down enough. That could have been nasty for him as well, but he just heads pit road now to get himself ready up and back out on the track, and it wasn't going to be long. He was going to stay out, and he really has pitted already.
He really has hit pit road already, got that car to pit road. And I tell you what, he's got that truck down and slowed. And to our point, look who's it going to be. Donald Ray going to take over the race lead this time by.
He's going to be taking that lead, and now Ricky Riley hasn't only got Donald Ray to overtake, but he's got the challenge of William to take on as well. He's got not one but two cars to overtake if he needs to be leading and winning this race and chance at him. But as it stands, William might be having a go at Donald Ray rather than Ricky Riley. And William on the high line, still staying there, not gaining much so far, but still giving the challenge to Donald Ray for that race lead.
Yes, he is. Donald Ray continuing to lead. Ricky Riley right there as well, hanging on at the moment. We continue to dig in Kansas. 13 laps to go this time by. 13 to go here, man. This is absolutely insane.
Yes, it really is, and I mean the fight that we were saying in the remaining 20 laps for the race will be getting on. We are seeing this, and I think it's almost like how it was in stage 1, 2, and continues on into the 3, as everybody has been doing some great racing, and they're all at it. Nobody's backing out. Nobody really wants to give some space to they're giving some good space, but nobody wants to give up on their position, as we see Williams still staying ahead of Ricky Riley. Ricky might as well have to settle on for third place as it stands.
Yeah, Ricky gonna have to be so hard to get anything done here. William and Ricky nose to tail here, 12 to go. This time by.
Yeah, we will. 12 to go now, only 12, as we say now, getting towards the end of the race, and it's going to get closer to the end, lap after lap, and every corner they're going to make around the circuit is going to get them to the end, and the victory for Donald Ray gets closer, and a chance for him to be winning and back at the top step once again in the Truck Series, really, because the things seems to be in reality very, very soon.
Donald Ray with 10 laps to go in Kansas leads the way. William Gay there as well as Ricky there in the mix. It'll be 10 laps to go this time by boys and girls in Kansas.
It's going to be now 11 and 10 after this one, so it's going to be interesting to get going. Still, it is not enough between the top 2 and 3. Sure, we are seeing William and Ricky Riley switch up positions, but the leader still stays the same, still stays what it was on the beginning of this stage. And Donald really doing a very good job. I mean, it's a smart thing for him as well to really, to just maybe stay out and not try and overcook your tires or overperform your car in the first 2 stages, and really do it all and everything in that 3rd and final stage where it all really matters.
Yes, sir. With 9 to go, it is all but signed, sealed, delivered. That envelope's at the post office getting mailed as we work 9 laps to go this time by. Donald Ray.
Only 9 now.
But take a look. Don't look now with those sector times. Let's check and make sure we think we got this for Donald Ray tabbed. But how will this go here coming down into the final few laps of this race? Take a look here. There's Ray. There's Ricky. Riley, little bit more now than Donald Ray. Just a scotch. That's lap traffic in between them.
Yeah, the lap traffic getting in there, and I'm not sure what exactly happened to William there. He's out of the race. He was in that top 2 for a moment to be good to the end, but he got out of the race now. Not sure what exactly happened, but as it stands, I think Donald Ray seems to be clear, but Riley not really getting closer to him anytime soon.
It's 0.013, the difference at the strike that time. Not enough to make a big difference. They're kind of lockstep right now.
Yeah, not really. With only 7 laps to go to the end. I mean, unless Donald makes a huge mistake or really gives up this win, it's not going to be easy for Ricky Riley. And it's only Donald's race to lose if he loses out by this time, which I don't think he will be. So it could well be another victory, and he's on his way to really win his 2nd race in the Truck Series.
On his way here as we come to 6 laps to go this time by. Field trying to pull it together here, and you see that gap. He's starting to walk away from him here, Zab. Man, Zab, he is pulling away. What can you do as you work through? All right, 6 to go. All right, Zab, what would you do here if you're in that position? Is there anything you can do to close in? Man, oh boy. The Ricky, Austin, Tyler. Nice job taking a look here. A little bit of battle. Tyler, Adam Gardner. Those guys back here, but it's Donald Ray continuing to lead. Three to go. 3 laps to go this time by. Man, oh man, this is going to be good right here, right now. Ray. Riley. Take a look. Riley a little bit quicker that time through. Riley doing everything. Nice job. Man, Riley all over him. All over him. All over him. All over him is Riley. Man alive. Here we go. Two to go. Nice job. Two to go this time, Bot. Coming to the white flag this time. Ray up front, one to go. Here we go. We're coming down to it. One lap to go. This time brought to you by Credit One Bank. Ray, Riley, right there as well. Nice job. Ray and Riley coming to the checkered flag. Ricky there as well. Coming to the checkered this time by. Here we go. Checkered flag is out. It is Donald Ray getting it done tonight. There we go. Donald Ray getting her done, Skippy. Wow. So there we have it. Donald Ray doing a great job. Great win tonight for Ray. Sab, you still got it. All right, let's see if we can.
There we go. I should be back now, but.
Yep, you're back now, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh
yeah. Disconnected, and then for some weird reason, Discord was showing the channel is locked for me. Couldn't.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go down to the rating room with Mr. Way, sir.
Sure.
Hey, Donald Ray, Matt in the booth, you got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you. What's going on?
All righty, man. How about those apples victory lane here tonight, buddy?
Yeah, strategy was a little different at the early start of the race. I was trying to save tires, thinking that those guys running the top early would just burn them up, and I thought it'd be a lot easier running the bottom early, and figured out pretty quick that that was not the strategy. So I did figure out, though, that running the top in 1 and 2 and then running the bottom in 3 and 4 was actually the fastest way to make laps, and it worked out.
Well, man, it worked out well, buddy.
Yeah, it sure did. Man, it sucks for William there, having lost connection. I think him and Ricky both, especially if William would have been there and they was pushing each other, probably would have caught me, and one of them definitely would have given me a good run for the win there. But hey, man, I'll take them how I can get them. It's the best part about it is, though, is I get to come up and talk to you guys, and it's here recently. It's been pretty frequently, and so it's a lot more fun.
There you go. Well, Donald Ray, man, congratulations. Great work, buddy.
I appreciate you.
All righty, man. Congrats, buddy. All right, Donald Ray coming home with a W here in the BMRL Truck Series tonight. Rick Riley, you got me, sir.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, man, how do you feel? I know you didn't want P2 tonight, but that's where you're going to wind up, buddy.
I was trying to catch him at the end, but tires were a little too wore out. It seemed like I was catching him a little bit. I just needed a couple more laps.
Well, do you feel like you just ran out of time? Nothing you could really do?
Yeah, I hit the wall with about 3 laps to go, and he got a second on me. I got back to like 0.4, I was pushing it. I was just wearing the tires out. I don't know if when I called them if I would have been able to pass them.
Well, man, you went for it. You went ham all the way through, but unfortunately, just not enough, buddy.
Oh yeah, it was some good racing up front though. I can't complain to get a second with that. Even William Gray, he was fast at the beginning, but I saved my tires a little more than he was.
Right.
So I was better on the long run.
Well, there you go, man. But overall, dude, I am ecstatic with the night that you had there, sir. And I know you wanted that win, but hey, bud, you'll get one. You keep doing what you're doing there, man.
Oh yeah, maybe next time, right? Keep trying.
Maybe next time, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Well, there you go. Congratulations, my friend.
I appreciate it.
All right, let's talk to one more. Oh, Adam Gardner. You got us there, Adam, sir?
Gotcha, brother.
Well, hell far, bud. Top 3.
Yeah, I'll take it, especially after the way the last couple races have gone. Tried a little bit different strategy than the guys in front. I ran it long, and I would have liked to have seen probably another 5-10 laps in the race, but yeah, well, I'll take it. I've been out early the last couple of weeks, so it feels like a win tonight.
So only one rule here: you can't breathalyze a broadcaster. That would be a bad idea. But other than that, it was a great.
As long as you don't ask me about the smoke coming out of my truck, we're good.
Yeah, this is a don't ask, don't tell policy here we got going on.
There we go. I like it.
Well, man, great night for you. Hell for top 3. Good job, buddy. Couldn't ask for more,
Very
maybe a
good.
win, but hey, came close.
Hey, like I said, the way the last few races have been between Bristol and the Glen, yeah, I'm just happy, number one, to finish it. Number two, that it was a good, solid, clean night. You know, that's all I asked for at this point. Solid finish of the season, and, well, good racing tonight, and I had a lot of fun out there.
Yes, sir, man. Good job, buddy.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, folks, Zab bounced out, but what a night it was. Zab lost connection. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to the BMRL Truck Series here tonight.